What it do? What it do? Yo, this last thing to God. Yo, peace, y'all. Yo, this video is about Alpo Martinez again. You know what I mean? Yo, Alpo was a really complex dude in his thinking pattern. You know what I mean? He thought like his thoughts differentiate than most. You know what I mean? And he had that like get up and go quality, you know what I mean? Like he was about his business, and like it wasn't really no limits to the type of extremes that he would go to like when he think that a situation would be in his benefit. But at the same time, the dude has some charming characteristics. Nobody can deny that, even though, you know what I mean, he became a police informant or whatever. But he has some charming characteristics, and he was being a good dude to certain people, you feel me? And that's why he's still loved regardless to how his whole situation transpired, as far as going in the feds, doing 26 years, you know what I mean? And actually killing his friend, or a couple of his friends, not just Rich Porter. He killed other cats that he was all right with too. But like, you know, a lot of people might say Alpo and Rich was best friends and they was all buddy and all this other shit. But you know what I mean? Like, don't misinterpret what I'm saying, you feel me? Like, people could be together because they both getting money together, and they could be fond of one another, you feel me? But like, if somebody's really your best friend and your comrade, you ain't gonna do that type of shit unless you really feel that they violated you. And like, at the same time, I don't want to really, you know, judge Alpo life like that, because, you know, it's his life or whatever. But just my perspective of the situation, looking at it through what I think would be his eyes, like, yeah, he was the type of person that he probably could get fond of you or whatever, but all of his, you know what I mean? Like, the first law of nature is self-awareness. So you gotta be aware of yourself, right? But then after that, it comes self-preservation. So he definitely was one that was into himself like that, as far as anything to preserve himself, or like anything that he felt wasn't really right. But I still think, looking at it through my eyes, through his eyes, I think that he still was like a good dude in a certain way, to where he was like, I'm talking about everything besides the foreman shit. I'm talking about before that, prior to that. But like, he was a good dude, and you know, he could show love and all that shit. But at the same time, if he thinks something ain't good, he was a good enough dude to think about it twice. Cause like, I'll give you an example. Like, I told y'all in the video when I met Nicky Scarfo, right? A real gangster, like on some other shit. But look, little Nicky Scarfo, for all those that don't know, he was a mafia, a real mobbed up dude, a made man. And he was official, and like, his murder game was really serious. But like, what I would say, the difference between Alpo and little Nicky Scarfo, like, little Nicky Scarfo, once he think like the person did something, that it's over, bang, this is over, that kind of shit, and he don't even think about it again, you feel me? And if he probably think about it again, he laugh at that shit, and he get joy out of your death type shit, you feel me? like, my perspective, how Alpo Martinez differentiate than Nicky Scarfo is because Alpo was the type of nigga that be like, damn, this nigga did some dumb shit. And he be thinking like, the nigga gotta go. Bang, you feel me? But Alpo think about it again and be like, nah, let me try to figure this out first. So he was a good dude in that aspect that he would like least consider it. Like what, as on the other hand, little Nicky Scarfo to be like, fuck it, he gotta go, bang, and it be over. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. All right, little Nicky Scarfo had one of his right-hand men, like a little up-and-coming nigga that was official, and y'all could get in the comments and tell me his name. I forgot because right now in my mind I'm thinking about his nephew, Nicoletti or whatever. That nigga was official too, Vincent. But the other cat, you know what I mean? He was a young nigga that was coming up. You know, he looked a little bit like Rocky type shit. And y'all know who I'm talking about. That was fucking with Nicky Scarfo, the monster, right? The other cat that was coming up, Nicky just was like, damn, he's taking my shine. Bang, and it was over. That kind of shit. And he wasn't even like, the nigga, according to all the media and all the information that I acquired on him, and you know what I mean? Me and Nicky didn't discuss that, but the shit that I seen and what his nephew said, the other dude was a real killer nigga, a young nigga that was a little, like, now I won't say a little Nicky, but he was official, a real mobbed up nigga, and he was about his business, and he was really rocking niggas and getting his money and still following the boss's orders, and his boss was Nicky, but Nicky was like, too many people starting to like this nigga, and he getting a lot of connects, and bang, and it was over. Like, that nigga serious, like, son, you know what I mean? He don't even think about it twice. And then even after, like, if somebody's talking to him like his nephew would be like, cause that's the only nigga that really could talk to Nicky Scarfo, but his nephew, when he be talking to him, it'd be like, the nigga would be like, yo, I don't think you should have did that. He'd be like, fuck it. He just laugh. You know what I mean? On some other shit. You feel me? But Alpo was different. Alpo was like, these niggas fucking with my paper, or these niggas talking, or these niggas doing some other shit, and then he do it. Or, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. You feel me? But Nicky was a different kind of animal. But that's the difference that I think about Alpo. Like, and look, you see, that's like showing his good side, like, you feel me, that he had a good side, you know what I mean? And nigga used to be taking niggas out on bus outings and shit, and like, look, or the fireworks every year to entertain the kids, you know what I mean, giving paper out. The nigga was like not a real creep nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about prior. Let me just emphasize this for your dumb motherfuckers that might say something, but look, I'm talking about prior to Alpo snitching and becoming a federal informant. You feel me? I'm talking about prior to that shit, he was amplifying shit like he was a good dude. You feel me? Like, he could show you his good side if you fuck with him right. You feel me? And that's anybody. You feel me? Dig me? But like, he show you his good side, and then even when it came down to laying his murder game down, you ain't see what he's at? He's at his own words. Alpo said, look, I was like, I think Rich doing some dumb shit. But nah, not my man. I was going to bring the cats up there and put the business to him. But then I was like, let me think it through. You feel me? And he gave that shit consideration. Like Nicky Scarfo wouldn't have even gave that shit consideration. And I'm not saying it's good that he that he killed Rich Porter, you feel me? I'm not saying that. So, you know, rest in peace to Rich Porter, and rest in peace to Alpo if he's dead. But I really don't think this dude is dead, because he was a charming, smart nigga, man. And he was moving right. And like I said in the video where I think Alpo faked his death, you know what I mean? Alpo different, man. And he a different kind of motherfucker. Like, yo, on some other shit. And like, he not stupid like Buford. You feel me? So a lot of people, I think he the type that will outwit a lot of motherfuckers with this shit if he is alive. You feel me? And I know people say, and I know people say, oh yeah, Tupac alive, Elvis alive, and all that. Nah, there's some other kind of shit. You feel me with this Alpo shit? But yo, y'all get in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think about this shit. Tell me if y'all think Alpo is still alive or dead, cause I know a lot of y'all people is thinking like how I'm thinking. And look, let me just say this just for the record. If the nigga alive and he really faked everybody out, I just be like, he did some clever shit, you feel me? But, cause look, like I was telling y'all before, it ain't like this nigga can't talk to some federal handlers and be like, look, I was running through New York. Yeah, niggas ain't really on me, but I really want to get these niggas off my back. Like, niggas wasn't doing nothing to him. Like, when Alpo was fucking home and he was running through New York and he was showing himself. And, like, I'm not saying that nobody wouldn't have got at him, that he was that much of a badass where nobody wouldn't have did nothing to him, because I'm not saying that. But this nigga was an actual killer that is about his business. And he's a nigga that's not only a killer, he a nigga that be on point most of the time. Almost all of the time. You feel me? Even with them alphabet dudes, he was fading that shit for a long time. You feel me? But then he got gobbled up by them. And that's the FBI and all that. For the record, for all the people that don't know. And yo, while we at this shit, yo, subscribe to my channel. It's called Keep Low. Fuck with me. I'm Lashim the Guard. Like and share my videos. And just fuck with me. I got the Keep Low shirts. I got the blue one on today. And you know what I mean? Y'all can just vibe out with me and just support my movement. You know what I mean? Comment, tell me what y'all think about this. But like I was saying, back to what I was saying, the nigga Alpo was mad smart, yo, look. And I'm not saying that, you know, look, I didn't say that this nigga was an absolute genius, but he had some genius shit in him, and he was smart, and he was getting his money, and like the nigga was knowing how to outwit shit. The nigga was knowing how to drop bodies and just still keep on focus what he doing and just still get into his bag. So he wasn't that stupid if you think he's stupid like Buford. So that's why I'm saying this nigga probably still alive. And I'm just saying this in my own shit because he ain't do nothing to me. I don't got nothing to do with him. But I'm just saying this shit in the video because I know there's a lot of motherfuckers who's thinking like me. You feel what I'm saying? But look, it wouldn't have been nothing for him to tell his federal handlers, and you know he could talk to them straight because he already talked to them about 13 murders and he already did his 26 years, right? So he could just be like, yo, listen to this, man. This is what it is. Look, niggas in New York didn't do nothing to me or nothing, but now I really want to disappear. And yeah, they probably let him keep his money, or they probably gave him some money to do whatever the fuck y'all doing. He probably told on some more people or whatever the fuck he did. You feel me? But this is just some thoughts for your mind. But like, he probably told him, look, man, look, I just want to act like I got killed. And this time I could really go somewhere and just lay low and be easy. Now, look, another perspective of that, if he did do that, he really got to be on some real discipline shit and some real genius shit to just be like, okay, I'm going to lay low over here like how he was. Because look, the nigga was right in Vermont or wherever the fuck he was, and he was chilling, and nobody in New York had a whiff of that shit. So he already know how to do that shit. Now, if he goes somewhere even lower than that, and they give him some more ID and all that shit after this, he's straight. Long as he don't fucking say, oh, I want the limelight and I want to fucking go back to New York and shine. I miss New York. None of that pussy shit. If he just chill, it just be some genius shit. He just be chilling and he just faded it and it faked everybody out. But this is some thoughts for your mind. Get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. I'm Lashim the Guard. Subscribe to the channel. Keep low and I'm gone.